Hi guys, it's Belle here and it's day 10 of the October Daily Challenge created by Pink Oddbird and Release the Craft In. If you do not know what it is, then please go check out the video on Pink Oddbird's channel, where you can also get the links to the prompt list, and I will leave all the details of that down below. This year, myself and other talented creators have been asked to join Pink Oddbird and Release the Craft In, and we'll be doing a couple of days each ourselves, so keep an eye out on those. All the people taking part will be in my description box, so please go check out what they're doing, get involved with all the spooky fun, download the prompts if you haven't already so you can follow along, and don't forget to use the hashtag OctDay2022 to follow along here on YouTube or Instagram, and also use it on your own work if you are joining us, because there is a prize at the end of it. So my prompt is for day 10. There is a first weekly flip through on my channel already of my first 7 days for this challenge. If you're interested, I will also link that below. So let's get started, because this has to be quite a quick video. My prompt is: suddenly a gust of wind causes the bedroom door to slam. What message is carved on the door? So this is my page. So I've decided I had some of this this parchment paper that I have used when dyeing and things like that, and in the oven. So I'm going to use this because it reminds me of wood grain a little bit, and also I love the noise of it. It kind of sounds like a creaky door opening. So I've already cut a piece, and I'm going to leave this ragged edge because it doesn't have to be exactly like a door, and then I'm going to trim along the top. I've got some wallpaper for the back, so we are going to do that first. Well, it's scrapbook paper, but it's acting as wallpaper for my background page. So I'm going to cut that down. Okay, so I've cut it down to size now. I've been leaving a little border around each of my pages. I'm just liking how that looks at the moment. The other pages, I've also been using some scissors to just kind of distress the edges. One, because I like the look, and two, sorry if that's too loud, so that it takes the ink better. So let me just do that and I'll come back. Okay, so I've distressed all the pages. Because this was a bit thin, it's actually ripped, but that is not a problem because that's the kind of theme I'm going for. And now I'm just going to use some black soot distress ink to, as it says on the lid, distress it. So yeah, I hope you're following along. And if you haven't seen my first flip through, I am going for quite a classic kind of gothic vintage look this time. So that will go there. So I want the door to kind of be like that, almost like it's off its hinges a little bit, which means I'm going to rip across the top here. I love texture and sound in my journals, and when I was trying to work out how to kind of create the carved look and the door look, I was going through many different ideas, and this is the one I came up with. So what I'm now going to do, so I had been working out, I want to stamp a message. So I'd done it these two ways. I'd done it in black stamping, and then I really hope this is picking up. This one was actually done in VersaFine Vintage Sepia, and then I went around it in a Stabilo water pencil, and then used the water to kind of give it a smudge look. I prefer this look, but I think it would get lost on this page. So I'm going to just stamp it out in my Stays On black ink pad, and I'm using this Tim Holtz Gothic letter foam stamps that I've had. There's the number there if you're interested, that I've had for a while. And my message is going to be, I am lost. And again, if you don't know, I am doing mine inspired. I want them to be a bit higgledy-piggledy as well, because when you're carving, they're not exact. So I want it a bit higgledy-piggledy. I am inspired by a vintage Gothic story, and therefore, yeah, there are little clues all throughout. I'm just going to stamp it off to see if I've got a good image. Yeah, I do. Good. There are little clues all throughout my book of what that vintage story is. So I'm kind of going to do it like this. And I've just realised what I've done wrong. I've just realised that I've stamped it the wrong way round. Good, guys. Were you all shouting? I bet you were. So I can't really use that because it will come through. So hold on a minute. Okay, guys, I'm back. I've managed to get another piece. It's not quite the size I wanted, but we're just going to have to go with it. And this time, let's remember, Belle, to print it back to front. So I'll check before I go actually stamping it. So as I was saying before I realised I made a silly mistake, I am inspired by a vintage book that I recently reread. And yeah, there are links, well, there are clues all the way through to that. That I doesn't go there, it goes there. And let's spell out lost. Got the L, O, S. Let's make sure I'm spelling it right and that it's the right way round. Yeah, good, good, good. Okay. So let's get that on here. I am lost. So as I said in my other video, let me know down below if you know what, put that the wrong way around, what this story may be. So we've got that up there. Sorry, I'm going to get myself organised. So I am lost. I'm going to try and ink around this. It will not be easy because it is so fragile, which is when you get a thicker piece of cardstock. Here we go. To kind of help by doing it like that. So it makes the paper a bit more stable for you to be able to actually ink. I'm not going to get much of an ink on here, but that's okay. I just want it faintly inked. And then I'm going to use some of the new Tim Holtz mica sprays. So I'm going to use the Burning Ember one. And the reason I'm doing this, I'm actually going to do it on here. Where is it? Where have I put it? The reason, okay, so the new one there, Burning Ember. Hold on, guys. There we go, got a bigger piece. The reason I'm using the Burning Ember is, one, it's pretty. And two, I've actually used it in another bit of the book. So I kind of want it, I want everything to link up. And it almost could look a bit like blood. It may not be blood, but it has that kind of vibe to it. And so now I'm just going to use my heat gun and dry that. Okay, guys, so that's all dried now, and it just has this gorgeous kind of sparkle. Look at my hands. I've been doing so much crafting. It has this gorgeous sparkle, and again, I've used that on one of the other pages. So I kind of want it like this. And then I do have the number 10, and I'm wondering if I should put it down here because I like the numbers. I've been doing them quite faintly. I could have put it on the door, but I think that's too much. So I'm going to do it with my old Stays On ink pad, because this is fainter, and I had to buy a brand new one, which is the one I used for the carving on the door. But I want the numbers to be not that faint, because you can't actually see them. So let's do that again. I want the numbers to be fainter, so I've been doing them with the old ink pad that needs a bit of re-inking, if that makes sense. Let's see if that actually sticks. Yeah, so it's much fainter, and it may not look it on screen, but it is much fainter. Okay, so let's move all that. And then I've got this like this, and I'm also going to put some foliage on. But the first thing I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to stick this down, and I'm going to use just a normal glue, and I'm going to stick it down before I actually put it on the page, because I'm going to do some stitching, and it's easier to stitch it all off before I actually obviously stick it to the page, because I can't remove the page from my journal, so it makes it easier to stitch this way. And it's like that. I don't mind if it's not all perfect. I want a bit of bubbling, as long as the edges are stuck down. That's all I'm actually that bothered about. So let's get those stuck. So hopefully that's all on camera. So yeah, I want it to have a bit of bobble and a bit of creases, because it's an old worn door. So that is fine for me, and I think I'm going to do some stitching kind of maybe across like that. So I will be back in a minute. Okay guys, so I'm back. So what I absolutely forgot that I hadn't done was I've got burning ember all over me. I hadn't actually added book page as I'd intended to. I'm using book page throughout my actual journal. And now I want to add, so I had a few metal paper clips, not paper clips, split pins, and I wanted to see almost like a doorknob. I think this one's going to work best. It was a large silver one, and I used some alcohol inks to kind of distress it, and I want it to almost be like the doorknob. So again, I'm going to do this before I actually glue my page, my thing to my page. And let's hope this goes through here. I just thought that added like a doorknob effect, which is great. Like that. So it's coming together, guys. And then what I want to do is I want to make it into a top loading pocket. So I have this little index card, which is going to pop in there like that. It might actually have to go over here because of that paper clip. So to stick it actually to the paper, I need to make sure that I need to leave enough room to actually get it on my page and for my pocket to be able to go in and out. So I know it's there, and I know it's about here. So yeah, and then make sure I've got a good amount of glue to the edges because I've done stitching. I hope I'm doing that on camera. Yeah, this prompt really had me thinking, because I wanted it to fit in with the gothic-y look that I'm doing. And because it's a door and it's got carving on it, I was thinking, how can I kind of do that effect, make it look like a door with carving, you know, theoretically, not perfectly, but theoretically. And then actually make it look like the rest of the style of my thing. Hold on again, guys. I need to wash my hands. Okay, I'm back. Obviously, I hadn't dried the burning ember enough. So that's what it looks like right now. Also, what I have a lot of going on in my story is I have a lot of foliage in my story, and I had all these die cuts still left over, and I want to replicate or copy the images, the same images throughout, so that it's making the story cohesive. So let's just ink this up, because foliage plays a big part in my story. So yeah, I'm just going to ink that up and add it to the corner there. So definitely go check out what everyone else is doing. There's been some absolutely great responses and creations to these already amazing prompts. It's going to stick down there, and it's been so much fun kind of seeing everyone's interpretation and how everyone's October dailies are looking. And I love the idea this year that by the end of it, with all these different prompts, you will have created your very own story, whatever that story may be. I feel like I need something else down there. And I'm wondering, do I want some foliage up there too, or coming in from the side? Feel like I might want it coming in from the side. So let's do that. Yeah. And then let's get some more ink on here. And then we've got to put the journaling card in the back. I'm not going to write my story bit yet. But basically what's happened so far is I was in a library, and then I heard footsteps upstairs. So I've gone running upstairs into this weird, dank, foliage overgrown hallway. I walk into what I realise is a bedroom, look out the window, realise a storm's coming. It's dark, it's grey, it's horrible out there, and there's a creepy old tree outside the window. And then all of a sudden, from the window, the door just slams shut. And as I turn round, I'm left with this old creaky door that once again has foliage all over it. And there's this strange, creepy message saying, "I am lost." And I'm wondering, who's lost? And what does that mean, I am lost? And like, what kind of weird thing is that to put on the back of a door? So yeah, that's where we are right now, standing in front of this door that's been blown shut by the wind, or was it the wind? And this creepy message, "I am lost." And I have no idea who's written it or what it can mean. And just now I'm standing there feeling really creeped out in this already creepy, dank house with all these plants. And normally I'm a plant lover, but right now they seem to be taking over the whole house, and it's a little bit creepy. So there we go, we've got that. And then I want to use this as my journaling card, and I will put the prompt on the back of it. And then I'm just going to stitch some fabric on the top. Be right back, guys. So there we go, guys. I just stitched some of this old vintage doily on top. I've actually used the same doily at the start here. So again, I'm just constantly using certain images and things all the way through to make it cohesive, because it's a story. And then I've just stuck the prompt on the back, day 10. And I love this stamp. This is one of my favourite stamps. I picked it up a few years ago. I can't even remember where. But it really always puts me in mind of the French catacombs in Paris. And I just love it. And then that just pops in there, guys. Now, I have also been using these Tim Holtz words throughout all my different pages too. But I don't think I want one because this has words on it. So I will debate that. But yeah, there we go. Oh gosh, what a kerfuffle this was. Everything seemed to go wrong today, but sometimes that's crafting, and there you go. That's the way it goes. So this is it. Prompt 10. The wind slams the bedroom door closed, and you see a message carved onto the back of it. What does it say? And mine says, I am lost. It's got this gorgeous sheen from the mica. It's still got some sound to it, which reminds me of creaky wood, you know, of the door. Alcohol inks here, little pocket up top that I can write in, some vintage book page, and obviously the foliage that is following me throughout the actual day. So I hope you like that, guys. I know it was a bit quick. I've got to keep it quick. We're trying to keep these videos to at least 10 minutes, hopefully no more. We'll see when I edit. And don't forget to check out everyone else. Tomorrow pop along to the Friendly Quails channel. Again, the link will be down below, and see what they do for day 11. Again, don't forget to use hashtag #OctoberDay 2022 to keep up to date with what everyone is creating, and so that we can see what you're doing if you're following along with us. And I will be back again soon with a week 2 flip through in this journal. So let me know what you think down below. What's the message on the back of your creepy door should it slam shut? And I hope you enjoyed this, even with all the chaos and all the burning ember all over my hands. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, all links are down below where you can find all the details, find everyone else. Check out the Friendly Quails channel. And also check out Cara Brandon, who did day 9, if you haven't already. Until next time, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're safe. And I hope, my spooky pals, you are having lots of fun, spooky crafting time. Till next time, guys, bye for now.